I can't actually stress how huge this is. Canva has literally taken the design world by storm and has changed the game forever. Now, if you did see my last video, when it actually came out, this new Canva AI feature, I explained it really quickly, but I'm going to go into a little bit more detail in this video and actually show you some digital products that you can produce with these new features. But guys, if you like videos like this, please hit the like, subscribe, smash the notification bell so you can get more of these videos in your feed. Now, check it out. Now, I'm on Canva right now. Now, hopefully, now what I do understand is this has been rolled out bit by bit to everybody. Now, I was lucky to be one of the first ones to actually get the update, but this is what your screen should look like, right? Once you go into Canva, you should be able to access Canva AI. And this is what it would look like. You'll have your designs, templates, and then Canva AI, which is a new feature here. You've also got Canva AI on the left, on the side panel here. And how it works is you have 4 different buttons below where you can write. Now, it does look like, in a way, Chat GPT in a sense. And what I mean by that is it provides a box for you to type in, whatever you want to say, which Chat GPT does. However, there are obvious differences, and it does have some ideas of what these buttons actually do. So the first one being, it says design for me. The next one is create an image. The next one is draft a doc. And the final one is code for me. And honestly, when I tell you that these features are phenomenal. Now, what you also see is when you come down is you'll see what AI can also do. So what Canva's done is they've tried to give as much information as possible and as many examples as possible of things that you can do with this. So for example, it will say that in code, you can create a pricing calculator for services. For image, you can create a plane taking off with a beautiful sunrise. For write, you can create a blog post, so it actually gives you specific examples of things that are quite popular that people actually search for that you can produce just to give you more clarity on how the features actually work. Okay. And there's quite a lot of these actually. And it does go through quite a lot of detail. And you can just literally click on any of these and it will show you how it works. Now, let me just go back up. So if we use the first button, for example, and say design for me, right? So what it'll do is it will present for you more buttons. So for example, it will give you options of social media, presentation, marketing, cards and invitation, logos, things that are popular, things that people want to produce. Now, do remember this. These are not the templates that Canva has. These are actually completely from scratch designs that it will produce for you. So just remember, these are not the templates which you edit or modify. These are actually completely from scratch, designed from prompts, these kind of different types of printables in this case, right? Then also what it will do is it will give you examples underneath of the type of designs that you could produce. Again, some things that are quite popular, things that they understand that are highly searched. So, let's just look at one example of this, which is advertisements, right? Which is quite big and people are looking to produce these. So let's just do 2 things. I'm going to click on one of the buttons below as an example, which is designing a skincare product in this case. So once you've clicked on it, it will actually put the prompt straight in, right? It will give you put the prompt straight in the box so that it can sort of give you an idea. And it will literally drop it in. So in this case, create a design featuring a promotional Instagram ad, right? Featuring a bottle, natural organics, skincare, showcases eco-friendly packaging. Now, remember, this is what is already written. So this is just showing you in a way an example. But what obviously you can do, and it's produced, here you go, some examples. Now, from here, you can do a few things. You can create more designs, you can create, more pictures, you can change the colors. Now, this is where you can obviously change it slightly. So for example, if I wanted to copy the prompt, right, and I wanted to change it, let's say I wanted to change it slightly, right? Let's say I wanted to keep some of the principal things but change it. So create a design featuring a design featuring design a promotional Instagram post featuring a, and I'm going to change the rest of this, right? I'm going to say something else featuring a, I'm going to create a sort of toy ad featuring a dinosaur toy for kids. And then I'm going to say, comma, showcase its features as a robust and colorful toy. And I'll say using bright colors, right? Bright colors. So this is obviously a completely different idea, and I just literally used some of the main parts of the prompt, but obviously changed a lot just to see how it could look. So I'm just going to click that just to see what it can produce for me. Again, it's completely different, but I just want to see, what it actually comes up with. And now it's producing some of the sort of ideas behind it. And there you go. I mean, some of these ideas, remember, this is from scratch, and I asked it to produce a sort of toy idea. If I click on this one, right, look at this. Now, obviously, you can take it into Canva and you can edit, or you can ask it to actually produce for you more designs. And it actually gives you also suggestions, pictures with a jungle background, because it believes that this would probably work better. But I mean, as a first draft, remember, this is just a first draft. This is pretty good, right? So if I click with pictures with pictures of jungle background, again, it's going to produce something that it believes can work. And again, this seems quite a nice one. Let me click on this one. Look at this, it's quite cool. Again, a toy, but the jungle background, kind of added a few ideas there. Again, you can change, different parts of this, take it into Canva editor. There are other suggestions that it also says with playful colors. So I might just add something else using its suggestions. And again, it will produce more for you. Now, this is quite nice. There's quite some quite good ones. I'll go maybe with this one. Have a look at this. Maybe I like it, maybe I don't. Again, it suggests it can create more designs for you, can create pictures with dinosaur footprints. It can create, again, more different colors, tones, and so on. So you can see that this is their design feature. And this is one of the features that it has. And that is quite cool. So let's just jump on to the next one so we can get sort of more of an idea of what we can produce for the other features. So let's just click the X on that. Let's go to create an image, right? Now, creating an image, obviously, I've created images before, and this is literally prompts to image. Okay, so again, from scratch, here's some images of lions that I've produced using watercolor style. Here's some images of a floral wedding invitation. Again, image which I've created. Again, some more. Here's some landscapes. So you can see the quality is pretty good. I mean, if I compare it to something like MIDJOURNEY, I do think that MIDJOURNEY does have a slightly higher quality in terms of that design sort of element. However, I definitely am seeing a huge improvement with Canva, and it is looking really good. So, again, you can create any sort of design with this, any AI image you want. So I can say watercolor teddy with, let's say I want to create a sort of Valentine's Day image, right? So watercolor teddy with heart balloons, red, let's be specific, red heart balloons, right? And let's see how that looks. Now, obviously, I can do different styles. You can see here, which is fantastic. So many different styles. You got vibrant, you've got sketch style, which is here. You got also, cinematic, various styles you can actually use. You can also specify by writing it, and you can also talk about aspect ratio if you want a specific aspect ratio. This case, what shall I do? I think I'll do 1 by 1, keep it simple. But yeah, and then click the button to submit. Now, hopefully it's going to produce for me some of those amazing designs. And, to be honest with you, they actually look really nice. Look at these. I mean, it's pretty much what I asked for. There's different types here of these designs, but really good output, really good quality. So yeah, and then again, you can take it, you can edit it, you can download it into any format that you want, just as you do normally in Canva. So yeah, that is your create an image feature, the second one. So let's get out of that. Then it's draft a document, right? This is interesting. So let's click on this one. And so with this one, you have various different documents that you can create. If you click type, you got from blog post, you can do an outline, you can do a social post, you can create an article, you can create an itinerary, you can do an email, you can do a script, a story. You know, it really is pretty cool, pretty endless. So, I mean, you know, you can create, let's say, a kid's storybook, or, I mean, again, what you have also underneath is you have a all the features that you can do with this, and examples of this, should I say, like blog posts and so on. Even compose a poem, it says, which is cool. Draft an outline for a podcast. So it really does give you things that people look for. Now, I might just go up and I might just say story, click the story, right? So create a children's story book about jungle animals, and I'll just say specifically about a lion that stood on a splinter and the monkey helped to take it off. Right. All right, let's try that. So again, draft a doc in a format of a story. So again, look, it's going to start drafting the story document. Yeah, look, I mean, look, it's done it really quickly. Let's have a look at this. So look, it's writing. I mean, again, you can go into more detail, and it does start at the lion and the monkey, a jungle friendship. Deep in the heart of the jungle lived Leo the lion. He wasn't just any lion, he was known for his mighty roar. Well, it's gone for a proper story. So yeah, it's done a little sort of write up for me, which is cool. Again, it's quite short, but you can specify how long you want it. Remember, you can specify, please, or you know, you can just say, I would like it to be, you know, 3 pages long. You know, make it. Let me just specify now. Make it 5 pages long. Obviously, you can, if it was a proper storybook, you need to do it much longer than that. But I just want to demonstrate how it can actually change it, and it can expand on it. Look, it's just doing it out now, mapping out design elements. Again, here you go. Okay, next one is called Code for Me. And if I click this, you can, gives you examples of things that you can produce, like a grocery list builder, interactive certificate, biology quiz, sorting activity. Yeah, so there's quite a lot here, which requires a lot of, you know, intricate coding. So it says create an interactive flashcard. Now you can create what you want. You can type it in the prompt, but let me just see if I can just create it using this example, and then I might just edit the example. So click create an interactive flashcard, and then it'll put the sort of information here. Create an interactive flashcard game for vocabulary. Start with an example Spanish language, set features 5 common greetings. Follow up, ask me about subject language study. Okay, let's see what it does with that. Okay, so now it's going to actually create the code for it, because it does require a lot of work, by the way. And, you know, instead of actually having a developer do this, Canva's doing this for you, literally. So, I mean, you know, the amount of cost saving is huge. Now, remember, things like this require a lot of work and a lot of time. But like I said, Canva's going to probably produce this in a minute or two. Okay, here you go. So Spanish greetings flashcard. So it's got hola, click to reveal, meaning hello, right? So flashcards being, you know, revealing what it is. Let's go to the next one. So these are sort of your Spanish flashcards, learning Spanish flashcards, should I say. Buenos dias. What's buenos dias then? Good morning. Right? And then you got the stats of what you've mastered. So next one, let's see what the other one is. Buenas tardes, good afternoon. I know that one. Click that. There you go. How well do you know this? I'll say mastered, that one. So click mastered. Buenas noches, good evening, mastered that. So every time, whatever you click, it will show you its progress at the top. And yeah, this is, you know, an interactive, fantastic, look at it, fantastic little flashcard that works. And this is just an example of the kind of thing that the code feature can produce for you, which is actually quite intricate and does require a lot of work and a lot of information, and also skill level, which you don't need because Canva will do it for you. So guys, I hope you liked the video. I hope you enjoy some of the features. If you did like the video, please hit the like, subscribe, smash the notification bell, and I'll do more videos on these new features and show you what else you can produce. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.